Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. Today, we're working on mug rugs, a present mug rug. Now this is a free pattern. I'm not sure if it's Jacqueline Stevens or Diane Knotts, I think it is. Well, we'll put both names in there and we'll share the link where we found it. And it's actually, there's 22 free mug rugs. So, and then we're going to do the tree one too, but maybe later on. So that's kind of what the present one looks like. And I used just a piece of bias binding here for the little ribbon. You can use rickrack. I had a hard time remembering that word the other day, having tea with my girlfriend Jo Marie. Could not remember the word rickrack. And I chose a little bit of red leather down here. So why not? Just incorporate a bunch of fun stuff. You could use yarn, you could use beads, you can use chenille fibers, you can obviously rickrack, ribbon, anything you like. I actually have some purple and white ribbon here. You can totally use that to make your presents. And you can actually wrap it both ways. It only actually has it on the one way in the tutorial or the pictures, but you could do whatever you like, imagination. And then you can do like bows at the top if you like, you know, it's whatever you like. So that's one. And then I have it sitting here on a piece of batting, and then of course my backing, and I'll just machine stitch this right across, maybe do some straight stitches and finish it up that way. And we're going to build another one here. So okay, so I made them very Canadian because I'd like these to go to Lois and her husband because they're going to be here for the weekend hanging out, and with our little 12-hour live stream on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm very excited by that. Working on the frequency quilt kit. And she's going to come and help out, and we're going to make some goodies, and she's going to have some goodies, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about our shopping trip because we're going to go shopping the day before because I have to. So the measurements are really easy. It's 3 by 7.5, 2 by 2 1/4, 3 by 2.5, and 2 by 3.5 for the outside background pieces, and then the inside pieces are again like 2 by 3 and 3.5 by 3, and yeah, it's really easy pieces. So we're just adding the sides, the background pieces, to the present pieces. And of course you can make them all sorts of different colors, and you don't even have to do them Christmassy, kind of like what I have here. It could be birthday presents. It doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas presents, okay? So think on it. You can always put someone's name on a plain present like this, or initial. It could have a F for Fulford. That could be a nice little treat, or Q for Quinn, or whatever. Add your own little twist. I have a bit of the fabric I used in the middle block here with the buffalo plaid of the animals. I just took a little piece and folded it over on each other and did a little iron, and I'll put that pretty much right in the center of this one as its only ribbon. I'll just put the center one as a ribbon. I want them to be different, so there we go. And then we'll just add the sides to the last part. I don't want her to forget about her visit, and I don't want her going home empty-handed. And it's kind of like, what do you make a quilter? Because she's probably made all the quilts that she's ever wanted to make. It's hard making quilts for quilters. I was a little stumped when I made Helly hers. I was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I want to make her something, but what do I do? Okay, so now you have your pieces attached to the sides of your presents. And like I say, you can do different colors. You can do them green and blue and red and so on, gold, or find some really fun like wrapping paper sort of looking fabric. That would also be really kind of cool. So there we go. Let's just give these guys just a little press. We want to make sure this red is going to try and stay to the inside, so it won't be seen over the white. It's kind of some tricky choices when you choose your fabrics, is how to definitely which way to press it, so we try not to see one color leading or shadowing under the other. Right, so there's our top, and we're just going to lay it out. Oh, take a little fold in that. It's okay, I'll press it after. And then here, making sure to lay our with our salvage edge underneath. Okay, tuck that under there. So we could line these two up. And of course I could put a pin. I'm just going to scoot it down so I'm not wasting fabric. I just need to just enclose it there, right? Same if I would do with the rickrack or a ribbon or anything else like that. And they're not really meant to be stacked evenly on top of each other. I think they got a little bit of a slant to them. Not a slant, but you know what I mean. They're not completely even. So don't worry about it. If you feel it should be and it's not. I don't think it is. It's not meant to be. Okay, so there's our top present and our middle present all stitched together. Let's seal it all up with the very top part of the block of the present mug rug. Or I think it's called Christmas mug rug, but you know, I figure presents, and I've tried to always think of how we could use this, whatever we're working on, for something else, hence why I thought you could use birthday wrap and stuff like that. It'd be nice to have a little birthday one. Especially if you're giving it as a birthday gift. Okay, so laying that flat, taking our last present, our third present, and lining it up. And of course, this is where we can kind of nip off what we don't want. That could be another ribbon to another present sometime. And these are great gifts to give people, even quilters, because we all need a mug rug. I love mine. Janice made me one, and I just got another bunch set of Christmassy ones just recently from Kaylin Art Studios. So, and I've used my one from Janice for ever since she gave it to me. So it's like almost 2 years now, I think. Okay, so there it is. That's our little present. We'll give it a little press, and then we're just going to lay it out on our background here. I just have some green with some little flowery leaves on it. So I didn't really want them to match. I want them to be different because they're for different people. So we can give it a little press, and then we can just do some little straight stitches. Well, actually, I'd have to change my thread color, but and that's how we're just going to seal it all down. Because I think I got tan. I'm sewing tan, and I don't want to see tan. Okay, oh, sorry. Oops. I saw my battery pack. Oh no. Secret's out. And just kind of center that up, and then you can do some straight lines, or you can do some pinning, or even just some spray adhesive and do some free motion fun and highlight the presents itself. Like I say, you can add ribbons. You can put the ribbons both ways, or you can just decorate one present. And there's all sorts of, you know, between embroidery floss and rickrack and ribbons and buttons. You know, limitation is only right up here. So have some fun with it. Really, really have some fun with it. And then we just do some straight line quilting, trim it up, put a binding on it, and there's your mug rug. It's all done. Okay, let's just change this real quick. I'll just do a couple little lines so you know where I'm going with this. We've got the bottom too. Don't forget the bottom thread. Okay. White's just fine, I think. Okay. We'll work on this one. Okay. So you can see a bit of that in the camera as well. So I chose leather. I chose the soft side, and then the tanned side I put down. And there's no issue sewing through it at all or whatsoever. I'm just going to scoot this up here to utilize the material, and I'm just going to do a nice little straight stitch right across the seam, and then maybe do some straight lines, or you can zigzag back and forth. If you have a free motion foot, go ahead and try it, especially on these little tiny projects. If they're not perfect, who cares? Someone's mug's just going to sit on it with a snack later as they're sewing. So, you know, and they're going to love it no matter what, because you made them something. This is a great way to test out some new rulers that you have, or new marking pins or something like that. Got a whole collection of beads and sequins or something, go ahead. I wouldn't add beads too much, because it might make your mug a little wobbly, but you could always put it up maybe around the top or something. All right, and then we'll just go across the bottom here, seal it all up. Go all the way around. There you go, so you can hear it. And I didn't change my needle because it's leather. It's a thin enough leather. I'm not sewing the leather pieces together. If I was, I would be changing my needle out to be a leather needle. Something a little bit more sturdy, and the eye is a bit bigger, and the tip of the needle is sharper. So it punctures right through that natural fiber. Okay. Just going to go all the way around to seal it all up. And because I gave extra space along in my backing, I can just trim this batting all the way up and then take my backing and just do a little flip and stitch down, and there we go. Bob's your uncle, it's done. So you can think of that too. Instead of having to put a binding all the way around it, you can just leave enough room of your backing to be able to flip over and stitch. And you can use a lovely decorative stitch on top of that. Okay, there we go. That looks nice. And just enough. You don't need too much padding on it. I know, you know, especially if you could do this as a block for a project, or even as a table runner, something very nice. You could almost even stuff them or trapunto the presents, or even the ribbon underneath or something. There's lots of different ideas for sure. So, all right. So that is our weekend project. I hope everyone joins us tomorrow for our first 12-hour live stream. We're very, very excited about it. Probably me more than anybody else. From 9 a.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be hanging out and working on the frequency quilt kit that I put around here somewhere. I don't remember where I put it, but it is around here. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So hang out for a little bit, hang out for the whole day. Whatever. We'll appreciate any time that you have for us. Thank you very much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and we will check you out very soon. Okay? Take care, everybody. See you later. Happy presents to you.